Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be showing you how I made this anti-dandruff hair cream. It's your girl again. My name is Folorunsho Olutayo Oyebisi. Let me show you the ingredients and how I did this. So here is my neem leaf oil. I use the neem leaf oil as part of the production. Here is my neem seed oil. Added both. Then here is my petroleum jelly. I also used my peppermint essential oil, very important in this production. I used my tea tree oil. It's also very important. Tea tree oil helps against antifungal on any rashes like the dandruff we are talking about. I also used my wax. I used the sarso wax and I used the paraffin wax. So here is my pot, and I'm going to be measuring the oils. So I first of all measured the neem seed oil. I'll be dropping the recipe beneath this video. You can check the beneath of the video. You are going to see the recipe for the video, the full recipe. So I poured in my oils into the pot. I didn't allow the pot to get so hot before putting the oil. So I'm using a stainless pot, as you can see. So you don't have to, your oil does not have to be, your pot does not have to be so hot before you put your oil. So after doing that, I added my neem seed oil. Please take notes. I am using both the neem seed and the neem leaf. Neem seed, neem leaf, they both work against any fungal infection on our hair because dandruff is stubborn, and therefore it's a fungal infection that refuses to go. So when you use the neem seed, we are going to be using a couple of things in this hair cream that we are sure will definitely deal with the dandruff. So I just added my petroleum jelly, and now I'll be adding in the wax. Here I'm adding paraffin wax, and I'm also going to be adding the salso wax. The paraffin wax is usually a little bit harder than the salso wax. You can use either of the two. This is to make our hair cream have a solidifying texture, so it will not just be looking watery. But the salso wax will give it a kind of soft texture. It's going to be solid. It's going to be hard, but you will still feel that texture. Please, if you have watched this video up to this level, you have not subscribed to the channel, kindly subscribe to the channel. There are so many information, so many videos coming up, and you will love that you are part of the community. So I look forward to you. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, put on your notification bell so that anytime any video is uploaded, you will definitely be the first to know. Now I'm waiting for the jelly, the waxes to dissolve, so that by the time I start putting other important things, the heat will not be too hot. The oil will not be too hot to accommodate whatever it is that I'm going to be adding. Now the neem leaf oil, the neem seed oil, all has a role to play, and that is why I named this anti-dandruff. I'm also going to be adding my sulfur. You know, I don't want to pour in sulfur just directly into the oil, so I decided to dissolve my sulfur so that it will have a smooth consistency. I'm going to be pouring in the sulfur into this glycerin, and I'll mix it together before pouring it into the solution. While I'm doing this, my jelly, my wax, they are still in the heat dissolving. You can see that my pot, the oil and the jelly is not boiling. It's not having a kind of heat that is boiling. I make sure that I maintain the temperature that is warm enough. Not, you're not going to increase the source of heat to be so hot. So you know that glycerin is an humectant. It's something that actually has a content of water in it. Let me put it that way. So our hair is usually dry because it doesn't have moisture. So I'm adding glycerin, using this glycerin to dissolve this sulfur so that there will be an introduction of moisture in the hair. That is one of the things that will help us to fight this dandruff, as the purpose of this hair cream is to fight dandruff. So do well to add this. As you add it, you are going to see the benefit of this as you go by. So thereafter, I'm adding in the glycerin and the sulfur little by little. Thereafter, I'm going to be adding some other things. I'll be adding in some other like the metusa and some other things that is going to benefit. You're using this hair cream for just 2 weeks, you are going to see significant changes in the scalp of your hair. This hair cream, you can use it to prevent dandruff on your hair, and you can use it to cure. It's just that when you prevent, there is a saying that says prevention is better than cure. So if you use this hair cream regularly, you won't have issue talking about dandruff. But don't worry, if you have dandruff already, this will cure your dandruff. Now I'm adding in my peppermint oil. I actually added more peppermint oil off camera because I didn't have enough now. So I added a little more after. So the peppermint oil, when you see the measurement, you understand that it's not just that small one that I added. Also, I'm adding in my tea tree oil. You know, tea tree oil is also good against microbacteria and stuffs like that. So all these things are going to be working in the hair cream, so that by the time you use it for prevention, it will work. Even when you are using it for curative, within few weeks, 2 weeks max, you will start seeing a significant difference in your head or your hair or any part of your head that you are adding it. Now we're adding the menthol. Please take note that this hair cream will be pepperish. It will have a peppery sensation on your head. So if you're having maybe wound on your head, you can't use it. If you I just put on the ignition. You know, when you pour in your menthol, if you don't want it to evaporate, you have to make sure that you pour it when um the heat source is low. So I think that escaped my mind. As soon as I poured it into the heat source, I remembered and I switched that off. If you're adding fragrance, you add it after you have switched off the heat source. If you're adding your menthol and the likes, you are supposed to add it after you have switched off the heat source. So I've just done that now, and I'll be putting this down. But before then, I'm going to be adding in my neem powder. You can see now the neem powder is as you like. You can add it so many, you can add it a little. All depends on the outcome, the way you want the your hair cream to look like. Some people don't want to see any rough particles in their hair cream, then you won't add this, it's optional. But if you want to see your hair cream just as this, I'll be showing you this just as I showed you earlier, and I'll be showing you the end result at the end of the video. Then you are free to add your neem leaf. Now this neem leaf particle is a dried one. You know, you can use the wet one. You can get your neem leaf and you can use knife to cut it into very tiny pieces. You can blend it, remove the water, and pour the leaf, the granules of the leaf into this. The oil is going to remove the water in it, and the leaf will do your hair a lot of good. So you can see that I will have decided to name this neem oil or neem hair cream, because you can see that I used a lot of things that has to do with neem. However, I decided to name it Anti Dandruff because I know that this will work wonders for your anti dandruff. You can see me adding more neem. I've told us that the neem is not going to be having a particular measurement. You use it to taste according to the way you like it. So I'm adding in my metusa. I already told us that this will be pepperish. You are going to, when you put it, it's just going to be like Damato. It's going to be really pepperish. So I added in my menthol, I added in my metusa. Metusa is methyl salicylate. Metusa is the corrupted name for methyl salicylate. So I added my methyl salicylate and I added in my peppermint oil. So all this will give it a peppery sensation, and that will not allow any dandruff to survive in the hair that you are using it to treat. So I'm adding fragrance. I'm using apple fragrance because of some people that whenever they are buying the hair cream, the first thing is for them to put it in their nose. I don't know, maybe the fragrance is what they really want, or the effect, but we are used to that anyway. So when you make yours, if you don't want to put hair cream, any fragrance, you are free to do so. Fragrance in this product is optional as well. So when you have done that, I hope that you are going to give me feedback, as the result will be awesome. Now here is me packaging the hair cream and measuring it so that we can see the end result. So thank you for watching. You can see me packaging it. The neem leaf is below. I poured it into this cup and I started pouring it back into the container. I poured in this for, then I started pouring this one in the cup. Inside you can see me using spoon to scoop out the neem leaf that has settled beneath, scooping it out into the oil. Honestly, give this a trial and you will come back to thank me. Your hair will come out fine. If your hair has been cutting because of dandruff, this will not give it the room to do that anymore. Now we're approaching harmattan season. This is the best hair cream for you to use for this period, because as you use this, you are protecting your hair from any negative situation that the weather situation may cause to it. Thank you. I hope to see you in my next video. I hope that you are going to make this. You can join our Telegram group. Please feel free to ask your question on this channel. Ask your question, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Very important. It's a way of saying thank you for coming out with recipes that will do you a lot of good, and I hope to hear from you. So after I've measured the oil into it, like I said earlier, I started pouring in the neem leaf solution, the beneath of this product, this production. I started pouring it on top of the oils. When I poured the oil initially, it was almost solidifying. So before it will solidify, I started pouring in. You can see that the color of what is in the cup is different. Thank you, viewers, for watching. Subscribe to the channel and see you in my next video. Bye.